And this time, I'd like to paint this rose. And I'm just going to start out with my basic sketcher from my basic set with black. And first of all, like, hi everyone. Over here, it's evening. I wonder where you are at. And yeah, where are you tuning in from? What time is it? I hope you've had a lovely day, or hopefully you have, well, you still have the day ahead of you and you'll have a great day. For me, it was pretty relaxed today. I went outside, the weather was nice, recorded a video, and now I'm here. Just gonna sketch out this rose. And right now I'm just looking at the entire shape of it and just yeah, just trying to get that main shape. Well, bonjour, Nanimation. I didn't know. I'm glad you're here again, by the way, and I didn't know you are from France. I guess I missed that, or I forgot it. I don't know, but or I should say bonsoir, since it's evening already. I'm gonna look at those petals. And in this case, I also try to look at some negative spaces, like the space between the petal and the stem. Oh, wow, NYC, that's it's almost the other side of the world. So that's early afternoon, probably. Time zones always confuse me a bit. Well, no worries, Nanimation. My English isn't perfect either, and my French is definitely worse. Wasn't my best like subject at school. Well, hello there in Hungary. Now, these flowers are usually pretty complicated to figure out with all those petals. So that's why I also try to look at those like shapes in between, like here a little like triangular shape, and not think about the petals too much. Almost bedtime. Yeah, well, I try to find the best time for these sessions that work for me and they're also like manageable for viewers. And I hope this is a good time. Like for me, it's 7 p.m., so I just had a dinner, had some time to relax after dinner, and now I'm here. But it was, like I said, it was a relaxing day. Last week we had sale here, of course, in Amsterdam, and now everything is like back to normal. School has started for my daughters. My oldest one has started at university, so this week she had like this introduction week. Already made a whole bunch of friends, so it's really nice to see and hear about her adventures. I really don't know, Danny, what model would be best. I'm not really tech savvy. This is the iPad Pro But yeah, I just work on it a whole lot, so I needed something powerful, but like lighter iPads work great as well. Yeah, of course, Bill and Joyce. It's possible to have the picture underneath and to trace it to make it easier. You can just import the photo and then make a new layer on top and then lower the opacity of the photo layer. That's a great question, Tea Time. I try to not think of the rose. I really try to mostly focus on the shapes that I see. Of course, it's hard because I know it's a rose. It's hard to turn that part off in your brain, but really just thinking about the shapes and the angles of the lines, that helps for me. That's great, Danny. Yeah, that's always wonderful in animation once summer, like the summer holiday is over, that you get to see your friends again. I'm actually also looking forward to everything going like back to normal and going to like I do these like theater classes, improv theater. So I'll see my improv friends again. So that's really nice. The board, I think it was called a sketch slate. I keep forgetting the name, but if you go to my website and go to like my gear, it should be on there. There are like two guys that craft these things by hand in their backyard, I think, and it's really nice. Well, congratulations, Nanimation. That's great. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to everything going back to normal. And I talked to a friend a while back, and she told me that especially when she was younger, she had kind of like a summer depression instead of like the winter depression that you hear a lot about, because she was always so bummed that all her friends would go on holiday and that she wasn't able to meet them. And then summer felt pretty lonely. So I can definitely imagine that. What app I use? The app I'm using right here is Procreate. It's an iPad only app. Let me see. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it looks like a rose. I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint. Yeah, I'm just going to drop in a background color first, I think. It's grayish, I think a little bit warm. Yeah, that's pretty close. I'm kind of surprising myself here. Now let's use a soft brush for a bit of like a gradient. Well, thank you, Paige. I love my Bob Ross bobblehead as well. When I saw it in store, I just had to have him. Yeah, switching to another app or program definitely is a struggle, Maya. I remember I used to work in Photoshop for years, and then I switched to Procreate, and that was a real struggle as well for me in the beginning. I really had to like change my way of working. All right, I'll just go for something like this. And then since the petals have very crisp edges, I'm going to use something like the studio pen to just get the base shape down first. Now I'll just go for a pink that, like, it's somewhere in the middle of everything. I won't go for the lightest color yet, just for like a mid-tone. I think this will work. No, you didn't just get Procreate more cheap on your iPad. You just get a version that is a little bit stripped. Procreate Pocket doesn't have all the features that Procreate has. So it will be a little bit different. So I'm just going to create an outline. Yeah, definitely a tea time. Everyone has a like a different approach, different way of working, and there's no good or bad way, I think. And I always enjoy watching other people create as well. And sometimes I'll see techniques and think, hey, I need to try that out. And then through the years, yeah, it just changes. You find new ways. But also sometimes I just want to like work with messy brushes and have a different approach than this. It's nice to experiment with that a little bit. Oops. I keep undoing stuff all the time. It's pretty annoying. All right, then for the stem, that's more blurry, but I'll just go for a crisp outline for now. I can just blur that later. I see that I didn't even sketch out the petals, the leaves. That's silly. Let me do that. Need a little bit of a guide. No, no, Lunar, I don't use a screen cover at all. For me, I feel like a waste of my money. I just protect my screen when I'm not working on my iPad. And when I draw, I just don't push my pen like really hard. I just act normal with my pen and then everything is fine. I don't have any scratches on it. It's just like with my phone. I don't have a cover on my, or like a screen protector on my phone either. Thank you, Sergio. They might be a little bit small, especially this one. When I look at the photo, I see that like this side, it is like the same. I'm not sure. If I would draw a line going to the top, it would connect here, and here it's a little bit smaller. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just like a technique that I use. So I thought it was worth mentioning. Then for those leaves, I could use a different layer. I'll grab that green again, maybe go a little bit lighter. And then this one. All right, now I have a base. Okay, now I'm just going to lower the opacity of the sketch a bit more, and I'll go to this petal layer and set it to alpha lock. And I'm just going to roughly paint in some shades. Let me use my basic flow brush. And let me first add some lighter touches. Let's see. I'm just going to focus on the light parts that I see very roughly. Just shaping the flower a little bit, just a first pass. Thank you, Kinsel. That's such a nice compliment. I really want to slowly build up the contrast. Yeah, it's definitely something I've been doing since childhood, Lunar. I started drawing at a very young age, and I guess because people liked what I created, I got motivated to draw more. And I saw my sister do it, which was really motivating. And yeah, I just kept doing it, but I never thought I could make a career out of it. So I actually studied psychology, and I didn't dare go to art school. I thought I would never be good enough for that. So yeah, when I was, I think 21 or something, I um, I saw what you could do digitally. My boyfriend actually showed me the website CG Society. Not sure if it still exists, but yeah, he showed it to me and he said, "Check this out. You can do this on your computer. It's all digital painting, And I was just in awe. I thought, I need to do that. I need that. I want that. So immediately I bought a Wacom a drawing tablet for my computer, and I started painting on my computer instead of like in my little studio with the paints. I used to paint a lot and use pastels. I really enjoyed those. But as soon as I started with digital painting, I never really got back to traditional work. Just sometimes I would like to paint, no, not draw with colored pencils or like with micron pens. But yeah, digital just is the thing for me. I have all the colors, all the tools that I need. So yeah, never going back. Maybe later in life. A while back, I was talking to Loish. Perhaps you know her. She's a digital artist as well. And we were talking about like what will we do after this once this stops, once we are old ladies. And we agreed that we would be like these old ladies just painting in front of our window, painting flowers and whatever we like, just messing around with paints. That would be nice. Yeah, I totally get that, Maya, that you're worried. A lot of people in the industry are worried these days. I think it's not going to be easy. No problem, tea time. Well, thank you, Tina. It's really just my mission to let everyone enjoy creating. For me, it's just all about the fun that it gives, like the joy of painting. I'm gonna use my standard blender now, by the way, to blend everything a little bit, make it a bit softer. Yeah, I created the Art with Flow brush pack, Kill. That's me. All right, let me go lighter now. Well then, Kill, I wonder where you got the brush pack then, because I usually promote that free brush pack through my videos. So um, yeah, curious to know how you came across it. It's my treasure chest brush pack. Well, you can always send me an email in animation. But I was also thinking about a different format for live sessions. I thought maybe it would be fun sometime to share all of your artworks, to have you like share your Instagram or other page, like during the live session, and then I'll check out your work. Just a little like praise session so that you all can get some eyes on your work. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm using my basic flow brush right now, Gail. Well, thanks, Gail. That sounds nice. It's always good to hear when yeah, my brushes or videos get recommended. Starting to take shape a little bit. Let me just go to that stem for a bit. I want to make that a bit darker. Well, I'm blending with color, but also with my smudge tool with the standard blender. But also when you use colors that are close to each other or a brush that has like a low opacity, you can blend that way as well. I hope this will unfreeze it. Can anyone see it right now? Is it still frozen? No, I don't want to be frozen. Ah, that's good. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I switched to my like mobile connection instead of my Wi-Fi. Am I frozen? Not frozen? No, neon colors are not my absolute favorite. They're all right, but I'm glad I'm back. That's the most important thing now. That sucked. Well, I didn't do a whole lot. I tried to unfreeze. So yeah, now I'm just on my mobile like connection. So that's better. I don't think anyone hacked your Wi-Fi. I think my Wi-Fi was actually like hacked. Didn't work that well. I had it die on me earlier today, so I was already a bit nervous about this. Let me see. Let's use the Flow Lighter Brush. It's from my Flotastic set, which is only available at Patreon. And I'll just pick a local color and then lighten up the lightest parts. But I'm glad we're back. I don't have a favorite color, actually, a creamy horror. I like loads of colors. In my home, I have a lot of like warm tones, like yellow and orange. So yeah, I like surrounding myself with warm colors, but it's not like I really have a favorite color. Hi, Ayush. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing fine, thank you. Just relaxing here, painting this little rose. Going well so far, I think. Let's make it a bit bigger. And then let me use the light and line brush. For that one, I can also just use the local colors and And then when I go over, it'll give a lighter color, a lighter effect. I think so too, Aish. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, by the way. Yeah, it just makes me happy. And in my living room, I have a lot of natural light coming in. And then, like, the effect with the warm tones of like my wallpaper and my furniture. I really like that. It's really a sunny home. I have no idea, Ayush. I said it before. I'm not really tech savvy, so I can't really give advice on what iPad to get. But maybe there are some people in the chat that can help you out. I have some recommendations. Thank you, Luna Moon. That's wonderful. Thank you. Just trying to get some of these more crisp edges in here right now. I didn't study it anywhere actually. I studied psychology. I'm completely self-taught when it comes to digital painting. When I look at the reference, I see that I can definitely go a bit lighter. So let me do that. And I'll just use the smudge tool to soften it a bit. Maybe I can use the flow lighter again. I think it's also almost time to get rid of the sketch layer, or at least to turn it off. And also, I see some more like grayish colors in here, and this one is a little bit like too warm. Let's see, let me first turn off the sketch. No, not really, Kinsel. I actually like it once I can turn off the sketch layer. And sometimes I paint without a sketch layer. Just start blocking in shapes right away. I actually had to get used to sketching a lot because I think With a sketch, it's easier to explain what I'm doing. While before I started like teaching all this, I usually um, just blocked in big shapes. Let me grab a local color. Using my darker line brush for some darker areas. Well, thank you, Tea Time. Starting to get more and more relaxed with these sessions, having people watch as I go. I remember when I was younger, I never wanted people to look at me when I was drawing. Made me really nervous. Yeah, let me just do something about that saturation. First, I'll get some water. No, I don't. I won't be making a tutorial on this. This is just me relaxing and painting. But in the description of this live session, I've added some links to other flower painting tutorials that I have created. Well, animation haters are just part of it's just part of being like a social media content creator. It's totally fine. Let's see. I'll just use this, the use saturation brightness set to pencil. Let's see. I'll just lower the saturation and use the soft brush. Oops. What? Oh, it switched to U. Didn't want that. Okay, so I'll just use this paintbrush to lower the saturation in some areas a bit. I have no idea where that emoji came from in the animation. Yeah, I think it's starting to look more accurate. Don't like the shapes entirely. Maybe I'll just use a little bit of liquify. Let's go. And let me just duplicate it just so I have a backup. How old I was when I started drawing. I think I must have been maybe 3 years old. I remember going to like primary school when I was 4, and I was already drawing a whole lot back then. So yeah, I guess I started when I was 3 or something like that. And I remember my parents were proud of me when I created something, so I just wanted to keep doing that. I wanted to make them proud. Just a little bit of pushing and pulling. All right. Yeah, English or Spanish, doesn't matter, but it would be great if you can just put everything you want to say in just like one post, one comment. Spamming of the chat is not really appreciated. It's nice that you're here, but please let the other people have some space as well. Thank you. I'll just blend a little bit. Well, that's great, Cookie Arbe. Welcome to the community here. Welcome to this live session. And I'm happy you like my work. Thank you, Leslie. I'm happy you are enjoying it. No worries, an animation, not too much longer. Almost getting there. Starting to look decent, I think. You got me kind of worried there, tea time, with the first part of your sentence. But I'm happy you love my work. Thank you. Well, that's great, Diamond Nicole. That's what I want. That's why I made those you can draw this videos. Oh no, I didn't turn on alpha lock. Um, yeah, I think learning an app or learning digital art, it's just the best way to do that in a fun way. I think learning should be made fun. So that's really my goal. I think I think all the techniques and all the features, they stick better if you use them and have fun along the way. So yeah, that's my mission. Just gonna try adding some more light parts. That's great, Daisy Kelly. That's lovely to hear. Right now, I'm just going back and forth, between the lights and line brush and my standard blender. Yeah, the drying time for oils is, yeah, awful. It's not really my preferred medium, although it looks really lovely. Hi, Pixelina. No, I don't do traditional painting anymore. I did that quite a long time ago, but yeah, the digital art is just my favorite way of working. Using real paints always was so messy and it took up a lot of space. There was always lots of preparation. So this just suits me way better. But my oldest daughter had a period where she was drawing a lot with these really nice colored pencils. And that got me back into traditional drawing just a little bit, but it just took too much time. But I really like colored pencils and pastels. I enjoy doing it, but yeah, just the time and also the strain on my neck and my shoulder and arm. I can't really afford to injure myself. Need to stay fit and healthy. So I do a lot of yoga these days. Actually, it's called critical alignment yoga, which is really focused on the alignment of the spine and letting go of like tension in your muscles around your vertebra. And it's really helping. It's just, yeah, it's helping me loosen up in my back and shoulders. And it's also just a great way of like being mindful during such a session. So I really like that. It's a really nice break, about 3 times a week. Well, a color pencil digital art video, yeah, that would be a nice idea, but I'm not sure about what brushes I would be using yet, but I think yeah, that would be a nice idea. I'll be sure to think about that. I'm sorry to hear that, Pixelina. Be careful. I think it's looking decent. Of course, you can work on a thing like this for hours and add loads of detail. But I think starting to get happy with this. Content. Thank you, Diamond Nicole. Let me just use the Flow Darker brush with a bit of a desaturated color. Some more of these shadows. Maybe just a little bit more of the Flow Lighter. And then I'm almost going to call it a day. And then the day has almost come to an end here. I think I'm gonna relax the rest of the day. Yeah, tea time and dolls, I like it to have some character. It doesn't have to be an exact copy of a photo. And also when exercising, when creating these studies, you don't have to go for perfect. It's just an exercise, and every time you paint something, you will learn something new. Your muscles, your drawing muscles are working out, and it should be relaxing. That's the goal here. Yeah, I'm just wondering, just curious. Oh, well, first I want to darken this a bit. I'm also a bit curious what would happen. Let me move this away. What would happen if I would use the bloom feature? Well, let me first darken this a little bit. If I like roses, roses are not like my favorite flowers, but yeah, I like them. I like peonies. Peonies? Is that how you pronounce it? I like those a lot. Those are like my favorite flowers, and like lotus flowers. Oh, didn't have alpha lock turned on. I don't have a schedule, Pixelina, but I announced this live stream and the weekly newsletter. So if you want to stay posted, you can sign up for the newsletter. But it can also happen that I just think it's time for a live session one day and I'll just jump on. But this one was scheduled. I would also advise to turn on notifications so you get a notification when a live stream happens. So let me just try the bloom feature. I just want to see what happens. Well, if your wrist starts hurting, mine does as well. The only thing that helps for me is just taking a break. And it sucks sometimes the pain starts like sooner than other times, but yeah, it's just really a matter of taking breaks. I think I kind of like the bloom. Oh, can't really see it. Let's see. Yeah, it's really minimal, but yeah, I just had to check it out. I'll keep it like this, but yeah, oh no, it's giving some banding effect. No, then I'll just get rid of it. What I also always like to do, it's a bit of like, I don't know, a bit of a guilty pleasure or something like that. I always like watching like the time-lapse replay, once I'm finished to just see where I started, like see the whole messy phase. And usually there's always this phase where I feel like, okay, this is not going to work out. This looks way too messy. Am I going to reach like the finish line? And then eventually, I'm quite happy with my end result, and then I just like watching the process. Usually, I just speed it up with my finger. But now let's just watch this for a little bit while I drink some water, stay hydrated. But yeah, like I said, I'm starting to feel more relaxed with these live sessions, and I definitely plan on doing more, especially in September. Before I'm going on a yoga retreat at the end of the month. So before I go, I definitely want to do more of these live sessions before my break. What kind of brushes I use? I use my own brushes mostly, usually from my basic flow set and from my Flowtastic set, which is only available at Patreon. So yeah, those contain my favorite brushes, but I use multiple brushes from my different sets. And yeah, I do like Labubu, although I don't know, I'm a little bit bummed about the whole hype. I actually got this Labubu over here like years ago, before it was a thing on social media. I learned about Labubu in Thailand, and I loved him immediately when I saw him, but it wasn't really a thing back then. And I don't know, I'm a bit bummed that it's such a big hype right now. They look creepy? I don't think they look creepy. They look so cute. But yeah, a little bit bummed about the hype. It's just with like many things, just like with hypes that you see like here in Amsterdam, then you have like this cookie store or a place where they have these fries that are like special because someone on social media hyped it, and then there are these lines that are crazy, and I'm like, people, there are better cookies in town than these. No need to stand in line for so long. But yeah, it's just how it works these days, I guess, with social media. But yeah, this was it. Here's my rose. We'll see what I'll be drawing next time, or maybe next time I'll be going through your art, checking out your art. We'll see what the next session will bring. Make sure to turn on notifications. Make sure to check my newsletter to stay posted, and then I will. I would love to see you next time for the next live session, or for the next video, or at Patreon. And then I would love to wish you a very nice evening or a very nice rest of your day. And then I'll see you next time. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for being here.